Hello friends, welcome. We live in changing times. The world changes, we change, and everything that we know is changing as we speak. We often wonder, why is it changing? We know that change is the only permanent thing in the world. And often we question this change, and sometimes we desire this change. It is the only thing that we see as good and bad also. There are questions that we have about it, there are answers that we seek. And today, we have someone very special with us who would guide us through our journey on what is change and how it can be beneficial for us. We have Sister Usha, who has been a lifelong meditator, a teacher of Rajyoga. Her oratory skills have been tried and tested. She has guided millions in her life. Let us welcome her to today's show. Didi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Like we were talking about change, there are different aspects of it. Change per se is a word which people think is permanent. But I think
it is also said it is a continuous process.
Yeah. So when I look at change, sometimes I think that it happens all the time. Like you said, it is continuous. But it is also a permanent thing, that is the only permanent thing and everything else is revolving around it. Times change, people change, world change, the nature changes, climate change, it's a big change again.
Yes.
So how do you see change? How do you see that it is as a word, as a phenomenon? How is it?
I feel that change, people desire change also, and sometimes they don't desire change. They want things to go according to what they have thought about. And when it doesn't happen in their own way, that's when they think, why not? We want to change, but the way we want to, not according to what nature has designed or what somebody else is designing for us. But I feel just like a director, when he writes a script, he has so many secrets in his mind, which has to be revealed in the end.
Yes.
And in order to reveal those secrets, he has designed the drama in sequences. And gradually the sequences start unveiling those layers which reaches to that secret.
Every scene changes and something else comes out. Yeah.
And when people are looking at those dramatic scenes that are happening, they may feel, oh, this should have not happened. This should have gone in this way. But lastly, when they find out the secret, when the secret is revealed in front of them, they would say, wow, we never thought about this. How did it happen? Beautiful. Beautiful. And they start appreciating the director. But when they were seeing those scenes, maybe it was very difficult for them to appreciate or to accept. The same thing, I feel that this world drama is also designed, and the script is written by some director. And he has a whole picture in his mind. The sequences are for so many souls, so many people. And when he has to reveal that secret, which is in his mind, but when he takes the whole drama through those sequences, sometimes it becomes very difficult for us to accept, because I have a very short-sightedness, because I just see the drama that point.
At that point.
Yes.
Precisely.
Because
when you said that somebody else has planned it, I sometimes see that when somebody does not behave the way that I want them to be, like if somebody is not living his life the way I see it, or if I think that is the wrong way of doing, or if somebody does something which I never expected, I would say, God knows why He is doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know it,
Yeah.
but I say God knows.
God knows, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is He who has designed it. And therefore, He has planned those sequences in such a way. Sometimes it is difficult for us to accept, definitely. But gradually, when the secret is revealed, then we would say, wow, God is great.
Yes.
God is great.
Yeah.
Means now I have accepted when I see that drama holistically.
When I see the whole picture.
Whole picture.
Yeah.
It is just as I go out into nature and I see a beautiful scene. But I can only see the beauty of that scene when I turn my head 180 degrees.
Yes.
And I see the whole picture and I appreciate that beautiful scene. But if I take a pinpoint and start looking step by step and trying to bring those sequences
Only through that pinhole, yeah.
through that pinhole, then I may not appreciate because I cannot see the full picture. The same thing, I need to develop a broader view towards life, towards the world, and towards what is happening around me. Maybe then it will be very easy for us to accept, and instead of reacting every time, I may be proactive and my acceptance level would be higher, and I would be able to appreciate each and every one as they are.
Yes. When you say appreciate what is happening, I cannot appreciate if I do not know. Like you said, that if I have the grand scheme of things, I know how it is designed and how it is going to come out, I would say, okay, I know how is it going to be in the end, so I'm happy about it. But when I do not see it, that is when it becomes difficult. You clearly said that if I look only through the pinhole, I'm not having the entire picture. Now, if I want to have the entire picture, how would I go about it?
For that, over a period of time, the consequences that has been happening, the sequences that I would see, maybe through that, on the basis of that, I'll be able to foresee now what are the sequences that are to come. That's where it is said foresightedness. But it is not just foresightedness, I would say, just like an elephant. It is said that his eyes are small, but he has a very foresight vision. But in between, there is that big head.
Yes.
So when I also would use wisdom, that big head, that wisdom, and that foresightedness combined with wisdom, maybe I'll be able to get the broader picture clear in front of me.
Sometimes we do not use that wisdom, we just see, and what we see, we believe that that is true. In fact, when I was talking about that this world is changing as we know, and we live in changing times, a lot of changes happening, like political scenes changing, cultural changes happening, technological changes that have come up. All of these changes have changed the way that we live and the way that we approach things. Everything has changed. It has had an impact, and all changes have an impact. Do you think it is a good thing for a person to be impacted by these changes, or must a person remain constant, remain stable, no matter what changes around him?
It is good to allow those change impact my life as well, but we should not get carried away. Get carried away in that thing. Otherwise, we may lose our track. But if, through maturity, I allow those things to be in my life, be a part of my life, I can use them also, but be a master. Therefore, it is said, these things are very good servers, but only if I'm a master in using it. Otherwise, if we allow the string of our life in their control, then they are going to take over. And that is when I'll get carried off, I'll get addicted maybe, and I lose control of my own life.
When you use the word addicted, people usually use the word addicted for alcohol or substance abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But recently, since the technological trends have changed, people said younger people, younger children getting addicted to video games,
Yes.
addiction to computer, addiction to pornography, addiction to
WhatsApp.
smartphone, WhatsApp. Yeah, there you go. See? So these are the new addictions that we
Yeah,
see.
sure.
And like for alcohol, there are rehab facilities. But for these newer addictions, I don't know if we have changed our rehabs. No, there is no change.
No rehabs, yeah. And I see that sometimes it becomes very difficult. Recently, I was in a hospital. I wanted to visit somebody. And I saw everyone on the phone. Some doctors on the phone. In the lift, they are on the phone, checking the messages, WhatsApp messages, whatnot. And there are so many people, no one talking to one another. In trains, you find everyone busy with their own gadget.
Yes.
So that is addiction, yeah. Carried away. And sometimes they don't have feelings. They are like living robots, I feel.
Yeah. Einstein once said very beautifully, and I've seen it on Facebook posts a lot often. He said that there would be a day that technology would overtake human communication so much. And today, I think it has just been 50 years, 60 years for Einstein when he said this, and today we are living in that age where technology has taken over human communication, where we prefer to be connected to everyone.
Yeah.
And no doubt the times have changed. Technology has brought about this huge change which we think is very good, because today at a touch of a button I can speak to someone who is living on a other corner of the world.
Yeah.
And we are living in a global village. The world is no longer a big place. It's a small village now, and we are all connected to each other. But somewhere this connection has created a disconnect as well.
Feelings are disconnected. Because we may be communicating with the person, but we can't see their feelings, we can't sense their emotions towards us. And that is where, although people are connected, but they are disconnected because the feelings are not connected.
10, 15 years ago, nobody ever imagined the technology like this would come and it would impact us.
Definitely.
And today it has happened. Times are changing. This wave of change came in. It swept us through as humanity, as a race, I guess. Everywhere technology has gone today. But we could not grasp what this change would bring. What was it bringing along with it? No doubt it gave us tremendous power. It is somewhere
weakening us, yeah.
And we don't know how to deal with this change.
Because we are not masters in using them. We became servants. We are like under the influence so much.
We've been enslaved by it now.
Yes, and that's why the dependency increased, because when I'm under its control, definitely the dependency increases. And so now I can't live without it. I feel I'll be totally cut off. I think I'll be nowhere. And so there is a loneliness, a vacuum that is being created within the person, because he is originally a social being, but he is not social. Means where he has to connect himself with feelings, even in a family. Recently I was reading something, and a small child mentioned to the parents, I don't know what is happening in this house. Nobody is like telling me anything. So the father said, okay, child, from tomorrow, I will send you what is going to happen throughout the day. So every day in the morning, whatever is going to happen, he would send him a message. The child would see on his WhatsApp, okay, these things are going to happen in the house today. After a week again, the child complained, I don't know what's going on in this house. So the father said, well, I informed you every day what is going on. But I feel the child was trying to say that he's not been communicated with those feelings from the parents.
There was a loss of connection.
Although the information was there in his palm, what is happening the whole day, but because there was no communication with the feelings, he was feeling left out, as if he is not part of that family. So information is not the only thing that I need today. Together with that, sharing and caring.
True.
That is where somewhere the gap is being created in the families also, in relationships also, and everywhere. And so, although this technological change is accepted, but gradually we are carried away with that, and it is taking us into loneliness.
So, even though we were using it for being connected to everyone, this is putting us on an island where we are being disconnected.
Yes.
It appears a very scary scene to look at it, because the way that you put it as to us, I would think nobody wants this to happen. Yeah, sometimes we say, I want this to happen. This is a change that I see in the world. But there are things that we don't want to happen, but we do not have control over it. We do not know why is it happening, how am I going to deal with it. I want it to stop right now, but I don't know how to go about it. These are the aspects of change that we might have never encountered.
Yes.
This is something which is totally new, and I want to deal with it, but I do not know how to. And you said that we are becoming slaves to this because we don't know how to be the masters of it.
Yeah.
Even though if I want to master it, I do not know how to start, where to begin, where to bring about this change in my own self.
Somewhere I need to restrict myself, or maybe I need to say, okay, let me see my WhatsApp messages only 1 hour. And in that 1 hour, once a while, let me not be addicted that wherever I go, I just, instead of feeling the touch, feeling or sensing what is going around me. Because when we travel, we think, okay, that's the time where I can check and everything. And that's when I do not sense what is happening around me. I cannot see the beauty that is around me. That's where I get disconnected from the nature's touch. And when I'm disconnected, let me enjoy that. When we are leading this life, instead of becoming robots and slaves, let me enjoy life and see the beauty, appreciate that beauty. That's where my emotions and my feelings will be as if recharged,
When you were saying this, when you said about traveling, I have a great passion for travel. I take out time as much I could spare for traveling. Not only because it is a passion, but it is also a time that connects me to myself.
Yes.
I do not have anyone around me, but that time I am spending that for my own self-talk.
Yes.
Yeah? It gives me a lot of time and space. Recently, the Grand Canyon in the United States, people go it as a tourist attraction. So there is a new plaque which was inaugurated. It was put up recently, which said, do not take pictures. Do not talk about it. Do not update status that you are at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Just look. Breathe.
Yeah.
Look. And when I read that, I was like, this is what is happening. Even when I travel, in the trains and the flights and the aeroplanes, at the airports, everybody is busy with their own devices.
Yes.
They're not seeing, they're not looking at people. They're not saying hello, they're not smiling at a stranger.
Yeah.
They're not making new friends. because they're connected to their own friends on the Facebook or on the social media,
Yeah.
whatever that platform is. And even when I reach a destination, I've come here for travel, for pleasure, I'm not looking at the beauty which is in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would want to take a picture, post it. So I'm not there to enjoy the view. I'm
Yeah.
there to click photos, pictures, take a selfie probably.
Yeah.
And I want to post it that I was here.
Yes.
I want to show that I was here than me being there actually.
There. And me feeling that touch of nature. You know?
So the change that has happened here is not in the physical travel. I'm still traveling, but what I am missing out, what has changed, is not me being there and enjoying that moment, but showing people that I was there.
Yeah.
And I think that this is not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay. Because we are like, just as a person, if he's in a fresh air, you know, the freshness, he's able to feel. But if he's in a closed room, he will never get that freshness. Although the AC air is there, which is keeping him fresh, but still, sometimes he likes to be out.
Yes.
You know, he doesn't want to breathe that air, which is like the same air circulating.
Yes.
The same thing happens in life. If I'm not able to breathe out what nature is offering me, I am like breathing the same thoughts
Again.
and brooding over it, and that's where
It pulls me down.
pulls me down. Yeah.
Everybody wants change. When you gave this example, when you said that nobody wants to sit in the same air-conditioned environment, people want change. That's the reason people travel.
Yeah.
Sometimes they travel for fun. Sometimes they say, I just wanted a break.
Yeah.
I just wanted a change. So I've come out. People go to different places. They visit hill stations or the beaches or ocean sides or forests, wherever they want. They just go because they want to change. Sometimes they just go to a new city because they want to experience that change. Why is it change so necessary for us?
Because I feel that brings newness, a freshness. It relaxes and recharges from within.
So change is not bad.
It's not bad. The only time when change is bad, when I start reacting. The moment I start reacting means I'm creating my negative vibrations from within and bringing it out and spreading that. So that is where I don't want that change. Or maybe what I feel I don't desire this. I don't want this to happen.
Maybe how I think about that change has a lot to do with change than change itself.
Yes, yes.
If I do not have the right approach, if I do not see that, okay, I am the master and I have total control over it, and I'm fine.
Fine.
If I do not react to it, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But if I get carried away by it, if I
start reacting, then it would not refreshen me, recharge me, or relax me.
Yes.
And I come under pressure of my own thoughts, maybe because I'm reacting.
I think today we have had a wonderful time talking about what change has been. No doubt we live in changing times. And we also think that change is not bad at all. Change is sometimes good. And sometimes when we do not desire that change, sometimes when we are reacting in a different way, that is when we feel that change is bad to us.
Yeah.
And I guess there is so much to talk about this.
Yes.
And I guess with all of the changes happening around us, there's a lot more that our viewers would have questions for. And I have questions myself.
Sure.
So I would love to ask.
Sure.
So I guess on today's episode, we end it here. And I sincerely hope that we would take it forward in the next episode and we would discuss other aspects of change too.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Sister Usha, for coming.
My pleasure.
Friends, that was Change Today. For a change, we have started talking about change. And I think it's a good change that we have made. There are changes that we would have to make, and we are the ones who have to make that change, and we can be the change makers for tomorrow. If we want to change the world, we have to start from within. We have to be that change that we want to see in the world. Let's see how we will go about it. In the next episode, we'll catch up more on change. Till then, thank you and take care.
हमारे YouTube चैनल गॉडलीवुड स्टूडियो को सब्सक्राइब करें और साथ ही हर नए वीडियो के अपडेट के लिए बेल आइकन को क्लिक करें।